the concept of the film, which is to give glimpses of a world of the future, that given the long time that this movie has gestated and been abandoned, many of the things predicted in the script actually are beginning to happen. So it's less fiction and more actuality.
He's got a big dream. It's a dream. He sees it, he feels it, it's visceral.
I think Coppola's ambition in this film is nothing less than a consideration of a better world.
He sent me the script and I read it, and it was obvious that there was a whole visual element that I couldn't or wouldn't understand from reading the script. But then the more we started talking about it, the more I started to realize that he really is more interested in subtext and the emotion of a scene.
My character is he's the banker, he's the richest man in this city, New Rome. He's a member of a family that is running things. He's got a genius for a nephew who is self-destructive in some fashion, but he's a genius and he sees the future in some magical way. And he's having a romance with a young lady who is the daughter of the mayor of this town, and there's conflict there.
No time to talk of people's future? Yet there's always time to convince them to use money they don't have, to buy things they don't need, to imitate people they don't like.
I play Julia Cicero, who is Frank Cicero's only child and pride and joy, who is someone who has kind of lost her way slightly, trying to figure out what she wants out of her life and what she's passionate about. And she falls in love and has a unique interest in her father's like arch nemesis. So it's a complicated love story.
Claudia Pulcher is the grandchild of Crassus and the cousin to Caesar, and in love with every female in the movie, and a power-hungry narcissist. And the role, the way I've gone about building him is he's tricky. So I needed to like find a bunch of tricky people.
Revenge tastes best while wearing a dress.
So I started watching magicians, try to build that same kind of like, you can't really pin him down. You don't know what's gonna happen from one scene to the next. You don't know if it's adversarial or friendly.
Going up?
Yes, we are. We are going up, and they are going down. We just have to get our affairs in order, tell all the little boys what to do.
I play Wow Platinum. She's a financial news reporter, very ambitious, who is determined to make a name for herself.
An authorities' newly demolished site, which everyone is now claiming as their own.
And she has her eyes set on the Crassus family because they're the richest family in the world. And she's worked her way up to a point where she is interacting with them, and then she uses all of her skills and powers to get what she wants.
There's a little switch in me that tells me it'll work. But the whole thing, the acting, the lighting, the shot, I wait for that little click to happen in me. I don't know. It's just a gut feeling that I've got it.
I think he focuses on inspiring you to do things, which is my favorite kind of directing.
He loves actors, and I feel that that's what Francis wants as much as anything, is just to enjoy it and have the actors enjoy it. It's important to him.
I love it when the actors are in the reality of the moment at the time. Brando used to say to me, you can't care or they'll see it on your face. Meaning if you care whether you're good or bad, or it's a good one or a bad one, if you care, it looks like you're acting.
Honestly, I feel like I've been waiting for him my whole life as a director.
You own this.
I feel like I speak the same language.
Action.
You know, when he tells me to be a spider, take two. You know, this time be a spider.
You and I ought to have an understanding.
You're a spider.
You're on my territory now.
She's a fly on the wall. That really works for me.
And you're gonna play by my rules.
So really from the first day of rehearsal till now, I've had a lot of freedom and a lot of trust to build something that is really a pretty far out performance.
Enjoy the show.
There's the logic of a scene when you're playing it with the text, but then there's also the emotion of a scene, which I feel Francis is more interested in. He has a very theatrical process. He is a big proponent of rehearsal and improvisations. The best example of an improv making its way into the movie is that whole Julia following Caesar, and we were doing this rope pulling improv the morning of when we got there. You know, it was just random people. I was walking in and I handed a rope, and we were just doing this little improv. And then we wind up shooting the scene. It's like, that's kind of what's happening between these two people. So why don't we just get rid of the rope and we'll pretend we're holding the rope, and that's how we shot the scene. It doesn't realistically make sense, but totally emotionally and playing it made perfect sense.
Everybody has really had a wonderful time making this movie. The atmosphere on set is very joyful. All that he cares about in the moment is, am I moved by this? And if I am, will other people be moved by this? He's very collaborative on set, and he's welcoming of everybody else's ideas, and it really feels like a family that's come together to help him make this movie.